Hey people, so I am back on your screen and today I am going to be telling you 7 things to consider before renting a place here in Ghana, and let's get started. So the first thing to consider is your class. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this, but when you're renting a place here, you need to think about which class you fit in. Are you part of the locals? Are you part of the middle class? Or are you part of the rich? Because housing varies based on your status here. So you really need to consider what class you fit in. The next thing to consider is your budget. How much are you willing to pay on an apartment here in Ghana? So it is very important to narrow down your budget. Probably maybe you're willing to spend like 400 CDs, 300 CDs, 200 CDs, 1,000 CDs, whatever amount you're planning on spending, because it is very important. With your budget, you get to find your type of apartment or whatever super easily. So that is really important. The location that you choose to stay at affects your budget. Now, if you plan on moving to where the rich are, you can have a lower budget, because if you do have a lower budget, apparently you're going to be staying in a one door apartment where you just go in and then you come out, and it's not really a good choice based on your status. Like I also said, choose your class. Consider your class. Which class do you fit in? So if you're a middle class person and what you're paying for a decent apartment in where the middle class stay, you're gonna be paying for a not so decent place where the rich stay. So also take that into consideration. Where is the location? Also, based on the time you choose to move out, is also going to affect the pricing of rent at the time. So if you're moving out around when students are going back to school, it's going to affect your budget, because apparently prices are going to increase. If you're moving out at times where people rents normally expire, it's also going to affect your budget. So depending on the time you choose to move out. When you move out at a time where people are not thinking about moving out, it's like the landlords are actually begging you to stay in their places, so it's more convenient. So think about, what time am I willing to move out of my apartment? Is it going to be during rainy season, or is it going to be during dry season? Is it when people are mostly renting out apartments, or is it when students are moving back to college and they're also looking for apartments and stuff like that? So based off your timing, it will definitely affect your budget. The next thing to consider is if you want to find an agent or not. So if you choose to find an agent, know that you're going to pay agent fees, and you're also going to pay maybe 5 to 10% of your rent. Now, the reason why a lot of people find agents is because they make it much easier for them to actually like get access to the place that they want. And also consider looking at an agent who have a modern phone, because there are some agents who don't, and they cost you a lot of money. And it's weird because every agent you find, if they call you to go and see a place, you're definitely going to be paying both of you guys transports, and apparently you're going to feed them. But you also need to consider how much cash you're going to be paying in between people actually getting the place that you want. So most people will find agents, some people will do their own stuff, but for me personally, I would advise you find agents, because they make the work much easier and it is less stressful. And a lot of landlords will tell you, you need to bring an agent before I can make you access my place. So it is much more better to actually find an agent before consider looking for houses. So the next thing to consider is, how long are you planning on staying at the place that you are relocating? This affects how much you pay, because most landlords will basically tell you, oh, you have to pay around, you have to pay for 1 year or 2 years. But some land laws will basically tell you you have to pay for 2 months, for 2 years and above, or some will tell you pay 1 year and a half, or some will tell you 1 year, but most of them do not go below 1 year. The only time you're gonna find people telling you, okay, pay for 6 months or something like that, is apparently a renter who actually wants to leave that place before their time is out. So they look for other people to actually like finish your time. So they're going to tell you, okay, give me 6 months rent, or 5 months, or 3 months rent, and whatever. So if you agree to those things, apparently if you like the place, you can definitely like pay more to the landlord afterwards or stuff like that. That's the only way you're going to pay less than a year. So thank you guys for watching this little video. I hope this was helpful and informative to you guys. Don't forget to leave in the comment section video ideas of what you want to see or hear about Ghana, and I will definitely do that. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay true to yourself, and we are out. In a lot of videos, you need to. So the next thing to consider is your budget. So you need to figure out how much the next thing to consider is your budget. Apartment are you willing to stay in? Are you willing to stay? So it is very important to take your type of apartment. That's what I said. Like, you need to actually like. Also, based on the time you choose to move out, it's also gonna that how much cash you're willing to spend in between before finding a place or whatever. So the next thing, the seventh thing, or apparently, so the next thing to consider is how long are you willing to stay. That's the only way that you're gonna pay less than still true